Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. All right, we're on to part 3 of, shall we say, fixing Keenan, getting him ready to go out for the big, his big summer tour of playing all the big amateur tournaments throughout the country. Now, he showed up. I hadn't seen, like I said, I don't see him much more in a year during the season because of the fact he's down in Columbia, South Carolina at USC, University of South Carolina, and playing on the golf team. So this was a big, intense checkup before he goes out and starts playing the Hall of Summer tournaments. All right? So, to recap, first thing was alignment. Second thing was that he was turning way too much. Now, the third thing, I think, is definitely a byproduct of those two problems causing this third problem. He was actually firing the back leg way too fast, way too soon. And what that did was, it gave him some inconsistent ball striking. With his short irons, right, meaning wedges, he was tending to hit a lot of wedges. You're standing a lot closer to the ball with a wedge, and you got the loft on the club, so you're standing closer. You got the tendency to almost feel more cramped or crowded, and he was hitting a lot of pushes and blade open shots that started to the right and cut or drifted a little too far. But as the clubs got longer, especially when he got to the driver, it was just the opposite now. He's firing fast, but when he fired fast, he was hanging back a little bit, and he was over-releasing, going through and hitting it to the left. So we had to get the timing down correctly for him to have proper release into impact with the club face square on the aiming line, because you know impact, to be correct, the club has to be approaching the ball on the aiming line, hit the ball while it's on the line and square to it, leave on the line accelerating, and hit the ball solid in a sweet spot while doing the first 3. So we had to get his timing back. All right, so the first thing we really started working on was what? His stance was a little narrow, so I had to get him back to proper stance and get him back into preloaded, as I would call it for myself and most of us who are right-handed, preloaded heavy right. Keenan being a lefty, he had to get preloaded heavy left. So I had to get him behind the ball. Then I had to make sure that he stayed there till impact, all right? Because the whole world now wants you over the ball into what they call ahead of the ball and the chest covering the ball, because they want you head and what we get into that, what I call lag drag hold block type issue. We want to be at the ball in here. Just like a baseball player really home runs, their arms are stretched out in front of them. They're not out of their body here and stretching their arms out back there. All right? So we had to get him back to this. So what do? We started working on the wide knees, outward pressure. And the whole key is, again, like I said in the last lesson with him, that for the chest down, nothing moves. You have the sense that nothing moves from the chest down until impact. So I now added in the wide knees, the outward pressure, and staying put till impact. So we really did a lot of practice swings to stay here and then boom. Or you can actually do this clap drill, and then you let yourself go. As soon as you hear that clap, it's going. And so we did some of those, really got it working, and then had him start hitting balls from a little bit, 50, 60% power with the short clubs, and then we worked them all the way up to the driver. And then when you get that wide knees, outward pressure, all you got to do is make sure that this is still there until impact, and then you're gone. And if this is here, your spine is going to stay in the position it was back there. And actually, if you're working on making sure not making too much turn, because you can't turn your shoulders and have your head not move. So all of that stays put to right there and through. All right? So whatever thought you want to use, nothing moves until impact. But you got to keep thinking. The wide knees outward pressure is the key to making a 3/4 limited turn swing, as well as staying put till impact, so we get that perfect extension and release through impact, hit it solid and straight. All right? Well, that's it for part 3. And I'll be talking to you soon about part 4 in fixing Keenan for his summer tour schedule of amateur tournaments throughout the United States. That's it for today, and I'll be speaking with you all again soon.